Boom shakalaka, the good news about Bitcoin's price crash and why you need to watch out for April 4th. Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, a lot of very interesting charts for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, including the good news about the Bitcoin price dump and why you need to stay peeled for April 4th. Before we get into it, guys, like the video, helps out a lot. Subscribe. Join us on Twitter at @TheCryptoLove. I think that's all you need to do. So today, fear and greed at 74, down to regular greed from yesterday's extreme greed. As a matter of fact, first time out of extreme greed for almost a month. Wow, that was a nice little frothy preview of what could come. Now the overall market, after dropping by about 8% yesterday, sideways since then. Right now, Bitcoin at 63,033, Ethereum at 32.26, BNB at 5.27, Solana 170, XRP 59 cents, Cardano 60 cents, Avalanche $52, and Dogecoin 13 cents. And Bitcoin, take a look at this chart. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of just the price dropping. As a matter of fact, through this blue line that we'll be talking about later. If you stay tuned, I'm not going to tell you about that right now, but just taking a look at the fib extension from the bottom here back in January up to the top here at March 13th, about a week ago. Look at this. We're right at the 61.8 fib. Oftentimes retracements come to this level. This is also a big even $60,000. If perchance price was to break below those levels, look at this. Not only the 50 fib right here, but also the 50-day moving average. Historically, Bitcoin does not spend much time below there in a bull run. So if you think this is going much deeper, particularly if you're betting on it going much deeper, good luck to you, my friend. Now, was this a surprise? No, not really. We talked about this a couple of days ago. Willy Woo chiming in on March 16th, saying the Bitcoin SOPR peaking suggests the rest of March will be about consolidation around the last all-time high. Last time this happened, the buy the dip opportunity was negative 17%, and before that it was 31%. So you could see these levels turning over on the SOPR. Generally, that's a consolidation period. As a matter of fact, somebody wanted to bet Willy Woo 500,000 sats will hit $80,000 before the end of the month. Looks like he might be losing that bet. Willy Woo said, I'll bet you 21 million and one Bitcoin that Bitcoin will trade below $80,000 during March. So is this a surprise? Maybe not. We also mentioned this chart from Bob Lucas back on March 12th, showing a blow-off type 4-year cycle, not a diminishing returns type, also showing left translation is real if this doesn't cool off. He said, which we harped on, unless we get a 6-month consolidation period to build into super cycle. So unless we get consolidation, it looks like a very early blow-off top. So these were some warning signals we were talking about. And also this, we had Bloomberg saying that a pullback to the high 50s would reset its RSI right down here. And additionally, taking a look at the short-term holder realized price and profit and loss margin, the highest in 3 years. Generally, some people, the smart traders, like to capture some profits. The longer term investors, well, they'll just hodl through this BS and not even pay attention, because here is the good news for everybody out there who might be hurting a little bit. If this is your first cycle and you're hurting, welcome to the club. That's part of being in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. But the good news is, generally in a bull market, it doesn't last long. As a matter of fact, Bitcoin just recently breaking through the 21 EMA has only been breached once since the entire cycle bottom. If we scan back out, that's this blue line right here, the 21 EMA. Bitcoin has broken below that. The only other time since the bottom back in November, you can see back here, the only other time that Bitcoin broke through there for roughly 2 weeks was back in January, meaning that this would be the absolute best buy opportunity out there for Bitcoin. Not only that, but we also are coming up upon the short-term holder cost basis right now, $54.4 thousand. This would actually be bullish for Bitcoin to fall down to there and bounce off. Historically, the short-term holder cost basis has held during bull runs. If it breaks below, well, that's another story, but we have yet to see, because it would be unlikely that over the next year we would have prices lower than where they are right now. How unlikely? Pretty darn unlikely. If we take a look at Bitcoin from March to March, spring equinox to spring equinox, rarely do we have 2 in a row. We only ever had it just recently and where we had lower following March than the previous March. We had that 2 in a row right there. And much like the chances of a flood are least probable after a flood has just happened, well, this could project positive growth from today into next March. So unlikely that we will see lower prices next March. As a matter of fact, if we take a look at the percent realized cap of 4 age bands, particularly these ones right here, we can see that when we have the same territory, okay, this is very, very early on in the cycle. So we are still, everything very, very early on in the cycle, still looking very promising. As a matter of fact, mark your calendar for April 4th, which is only 2 weeks away. Because after Bitcoin reached its all-time high in 2017, the correction right here lasted 21 days. After that, parabolic rally. And then all-time high in 2020. Correction lasted 21 days, and then parabolic rally. Well, we are having a correction. It's been going on for almost a week at this point, meaning we would have roughly 2 more weeks left until April 4th for this correction, and then parabolic rally. We see right here on this chart, according to historic data using the relative volatility index, Bitcoin could see a relative swing high in between 30 to 90 days from this signal, the break of this 80 RVI line right here. Historically, each time we broke this line, it was between 30 days and 90 days until we saw a significant swing high, which means that by April 20th until June 20th, we could have a relative swing high, an absolutely extraordinary event. And that would be kind of a summer rally. We've seen those before in Bitcoin. It wouldn't be the first time. As a matter of fact, Willy Woo chiming in once again, taking a look at the Bitcoin macro index. He's saying at the rate the Bitcoin macro index is pumping, would not be surprised if we get a top by mid-2024, hence summer rally 2024, which would hint at a double pump cycle like 2013, right back here, a second top in 2025. Ooh, that could be exciting. We'll have to see how that all turns out, because once things start moving to the upside, again, April 4th, I would say probably at the very latest, that's getting very close to the halving, which is coming up around April 18th. Once that happens, take a look at these shorts waiting to be destroyed. Over $5 billion in shorts waiting to get destroyed. The fuel just keeps growing. When King Daddy Bitcoin reverses, yeah, call me daddy, right? King Daddy Bitcoin, it is going to reverse really hard and fast. Tick tock. It's only a matter of time for Bitcoin and also for altcoins. You don't want to get shaken out too early because of this volatility. If we take a look back historically, same type of position we were before a historic altcoin rally. And there's a lot of evidence we have a historic altcoin rally upcoming. So that's all for today's episode. If you enjoyed it, push the like button. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Love you. Peace.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.
From now on, if you don't own Bitcoin, you're a moron.